Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the new Google Chromecast with Google TV. They've had like 3 or 4 of these. You really gotta think of a better name than just Chromecast with Google TV because there's already still a Chromecast, but whatever. Moving on, I actually bought this for my parents as their Christmas present. That's kind of why the video quality is a bit lower because I have to do this with my phone because I'm at my parents' house. So I got this for them because they finally switched away from cable and they went with YouTube TV, and this would sort of make things easier and combine all of their streaming services into one. So out of the box, you have the remote, the device itself, a power cable, a power brick. Underneath everything is the batteries, and then there's the quick start guide, which you really don't need unless you've never done anything like this before. So opening up the box with the device itself. Doing this one-handed, sorry. And the remote. There's multiple colors you can get. I went with the whitish cream one just so it goes with everything. You've got the little button and the position sensor up top, the assistant button, the home button, Netflix button, YouTube button, batteries going back here. Volume buttons on the side. It doesn't have a headphone jack like the Roku ones. That's alright. I never really use that anyways, but if you want that, you gotta look elsewhere. Here's the device itself, just a little HDMI and a little hockey puck looking thing with a pair button and a USB-C on the bottom for power. And there's the power brick. Some TVs actually will have a USB on the back that should be powerful enough to use this, so that's good. And then let's go set it up. So you've got to just get the remote paired real quick. That's relatively easy. All right, that's done. Select a language. And you can set this up either in the device like I did or with the Google Home app. I did it with both, and they're both relatively easy. I wouldn't say one's much better than the other. The phone one kind of helps because you can set up more parameters if you have other Google devices. So I'm going to hook us up really quickly to the internet at our house. You don't have to do it this way. You could use Ethernet. They actually sell you, I think it's around $15. You could buy a plug with an Ethernet jack on it in the bottom, and so it'll run that Ethernet through the USB-C, and I think that's a fantastic idea. I wish they would include that in the box. It's always better to run Ethernet versus Wi-Fi, especially if you're doing something like 4K. Even if you have a strong enough Wi-Fi signal, the less devices on Wi-Fi you could have in the house, the better. So now it's got to go through and get some updates, so I'm going to skip that real quick. I'm also going to fast forward to this next because it takes quite a long time. So the good thing about this, the main reason I got it for them, was it actually combines all of your streaming services into one menu to make it really easy for anybody if they have like multiple. If you have one, it's not that big of a deal, but if you've got like Hulu, Spotify, Prime, Netflix, all of them, it's a pain, and we have multiple, and they have the YouTube TV now instead of cable, so this will give them a way to access that pretty easily. So once it's all set up, this is an old 1080p Sony TV from like 2011. That's why I got this. They don't have any sort of smart TV features on it, so they needed something. And then the Google TV is the big headline. I wish they were all like this. I actually like this so much after using it at their house. I bought my own for my place, even though I really didn't need it. Still setting up, taking forever. All total took about 20 minutes. Anybody should be able to do it. It's relatively easy, especially if you have any kind of know-how. Let me log in real quick. So I'm going to skip through this. And once you've logged on, you can agree to all their nonsense and whatever. And accept. Definitely don't go any of this stuff. Set up your Google Assistant. Now you got to go select your services. Whatever you have, it's always got YouTube on there. You could sign into that. But now we're going to go, and they have YouTube TV. So I'm going to select that. Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max. And then as well, they've got, they want to be able to cast, Spotify, and do Google searches. So once you go to confirm, it'll then uninstall all of them, which does take a couple of minutes. So I'll skip through that part. And then it's got to set up the remote. to work with the TV. There was a couple of issues with this, not many. Surprisingly for a TV from 2007, it still would turn on and off the TV and adjust the volume, but it wouldn't really switch sources. It'd switch to the Chromecast, but not away. On a newer TV, it does work much better. Okay, now that it's done, you've got the menu, which is fantastic. So it combines all of your services. You can either go to the apps themselves, but it's got multiple different videos. It shows the ratings of those movies or whatever. And if you notice, some of them say HBO Max, some of them say Hulu, some say Netflix. Your recommended YouTube videos are on there. And it has the Google search button, so you could hit that and say, look up whatever channel, and it will do that. Or I want to watch this movie, and it'll find which of your streaming services has that movie. Everything should be like this. I absolutely love this feature, and it's really good for anybody who's not very tech savvy, but does have streaming services. All right, thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.